Hello, welcome back to the Chong channel. Right now we're learning how to multiply polynomials. And the answer to multiplication is product. So if you look at this first question, when it says find the product of, it means to find the answer of multiplication. So keep in mind, anytime you have multiple things, make sure you put parentheses. So just like when we were adding and subtracting polynomials, when you have a lot of terms, put it in a bag. Bag in mathematics is like the parentheses that keeps it neat and organized. So when they ask us to multiply these two, what we're going to do is write the shorter one first and then write the longer one next. And so if you see here, we're going to use the distributive property. So we're going to distribute the term 3r. 3r times 2r squared. Well, first of all, when you don't see a number, there's an invisible one that's hiding. Let's deal with the numbers first. So 3 times 2, that's 6. Now on the side, I'm going to show you r to the first times r to the second. When you multiply by the same base, you keep the base and you add the exponents. So we have 1 plus 2, which is 3. So if you look over here, r to the first times r to the second is r to the third. Next part. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And then you copy down the r. So this is our final answer in standard form, from highest degree to lowest degree. Next part, we want to find the product of negative 3x squared y and this. So once again, when we write this, we're going to write the shorter one first. So I'm going to write this part first. Negative 3x squared y times 5xy squared plus xy. Now, if you notice, there's a lot of variables going on here. So if I were you and I'm missing a number, I'm going to put that invisible one. So let me go ahead and do that. And so we're going to distribute negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. When you multiply by the same base, you keep the base and you add the exponents. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Same idea here. Y to the first times y second is y to the third. You multiply by the same base, you keep the base, you add the exponents. Now we're going to distribute over here. If you don't see a number, there's an invisible one. So negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. X squared times x to the first is x to the 3. Multiply by the same base, keep the base, add the exponents. Same idea here, y to the first times y to the first is y to the second. So if you look over here, these are the highest degree, because when I add this, that's 6. And if you add this, that's 5. Highest degree to lowest degree. Now here, we're going to find the product of a binomial, so that's 2 terms, by a binomial, 2 terms. Now, you can do the distributive. Some of you know it as FOIL, but let's try using the box. Sometimes when things get complicated, let's organize it in a box. So here we have 3x plus 2, so I'm going to write 3x plus 2. Separate that. Then I have x minus 7, so I'm going to put x minus 7 and separate that. When you don't see a number, there's an invisible one. And if I wanted to write for the exponents, I could do that as well. So when you're multiplying, we're using the multiplication box. So we're multiplying to put terms into the box. So it's like distributive property. We multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. x to the first times x to the first is x squared. 1x times 2 is positive 2x. Negative 7 times 3x is negative 21x. Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. Notice that when you look diagonally, we have like terms. And when we have like terms, you need to combine like terms. So we're going to add whatever the like terms are. So we have positive 2x plus a negative 21x, which gives us negative 19x. Then I'm going to write the first term, because that's the one with the highest degree. And then I'm going to write the last term, since that's the lowest degree. And so the product of 3x plus 2 and x minus 7 is 3x squared minus 19x minus 14. Now, I'm not going to do this last one thoroughly, but just so you understand, if I were to ask you, what does 4 squared mean? 4 squared means 4 times 4. Well, it's the same idea here. If I say x minus 6 squared, I simply want you to find x minus 6 times x minus 6. So to do this problem, you just need to do the box. I hope that helped. Bye-bye.